My one of my favorites with the translation is balls was censored, but testicles isn't.
It's a science word. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
It's like your old
it's science.
grandma. It's being
Now,
raised by grandma.
but I think
Was
penis was
Portal
censored.
censored?
Penis
Porno
was
censor?
censored. Portal was not censored. Portal, it's an inside joke.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
porno because.
sorry. No, porno is not censored, but no, that was a different one. But anyway, people were playing with all the words, but it was so exciting to talk to somebody to have it translated instantly was beautiful. But here's the
It
problem:
was.
if you so Aziz or if
Yep.
Paul or George or or Marcia are talking to someone, depending on how close you were, you would see a speech bubble with their words. Now the problem is we
Wow, that's
couldn't
pretty
see all the
cool.
words until we got close to them.
You know
When you
what?
get close, it kind of changes position,
I think this is so
and
cool because I come from Russia and they're
it is
like,
very cool.
and not many. I see a huge society, like a community of Russian speaking users. There are thousands of people in the chat,
Hmm.
but they are like, their English is like not very good. And that's why it's just like the whole world is unavailable to them. And think about all
Absolutely.
the other countries like Kenya, and like we have people from all over the world in our events, and that's really cool. And it's really sad
Right.
to see
Singing that
that.
song.
Yeah, and it's so sad to see that globe that we have in our space where you can have your real location on there, and where we have only like America and Europe, and no Asian countries, no African countries, like no
Well,
like little
we do.
places.
We do. They're just not in your in those you don't see them in
Time
they're
zones.
all over the place. But we can't they're cut off from us because we don't speak the language. So they have to
Exactly.
have their
Yeah,
own
yeah,
events and their own stuff. And it doesn't create the immersive diverse ecosystem that
yeah.
represents what AltSpace really is. And this is something I've been stumping for this for decades. I want translation of the browser, etc. So I'm very passionate about this.
This is
One of the
amazing.
problems is, yeah, one of the biggest problems that they're still dealing with is that if someone's on megaphone and they're the host, they're a transcript of what they say, because everybody will be muted usually, appears between the menu and the two menu pieces. Depending on how fast somebody talks, it starts about eye level and then it just goes down and down. And to see the bottom, you have to lower your head.
Oh, hi,
And so
Lisa.
there's a lot of this if people are talking fast
I
and not
think you're
breathing
muted.
between paragraphs.
Mhm.
And
You say
and so that's a part that ability to manage the content.
So how
There's a
are you
lot
going
of
to be able to
latency,
meet Sophia today?
but it's really really exciting.
I think
And
so.
so
Just send her
uh,
a message now.
Well,
I have no
theoretically,
idea where the
we
recording
just need the
is.
technology that is going to make it
Okay,
faster and
but
somehow like maybe bypass the longer iterations of things.
absolutely, and that's no different than VoIP and everything else. In like when I land, I have crap for
She's
internet,
read my
and when
message.
I land in a world, like if I land in this in so no, the images are embedded, but anything that is not embedded, I look around and go, "Oh, there's nothing on the walls. Oh, boop, 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 boop. There they go.
Yeah. Hmm.
It's just like an old web page that would load the images, later depending on your bandwidth. That issue still persists, and when you're pulling in all the data that is required. Now think about this just from a world builder perspective. If somebody builds a 50 to 100 meg world, which is just nauseating because it's performance wise, it's so tough on Quest 1 users. I know, Nico, that resembles you. I know. I knew you'd do that to me. I know. But he knows the tricks. He knows the tricks to make it work. And that does. But just in general, somebody who doesn't know how to build like you, the great master of world building, that's a lot of data to come into the headset. And then every avatar comes in, it multiplies because you have all that avatar data coming in and stuff. And then you have voice over the top of it. And you have all these other things that are added in. And then when you
There you
add
are.
the pull from the database, Azure database to bring in not only voice going out, being understood and being converted and then pulled back in and displayed, it's really hard to get that down. Even though it's tiny size, it's just a little stream of text, little stream back. There's more to it. And that's part of the challenge. And so it finally was breaking some worlds and causing all kinds of problems. And wildography, hit that left controller button straight down. The
Look,
joystick.
look down to the right.
We're gonna
No,
run
no,
over your
no, no.
head
Okay, to the left now. Look down.
on the left. Yeah, left joystick.
Oh man.
Tap the left joy. Oops. Oh no.
Re-enter. Solve stuff.
Yep, she will re-enter because she was underneath the map, so she'll be back.
Yeah, got it.
Anyway,
That's what I did.
but I want it back. I want it back. That I'm begging like every 2 to 3 weeks. I'm sending them an email. So start a campaign and nag the hell out of them, and hopefully they have.
Will do.
People that are
Good question.
Thank you.
I remember that Auntie Athena. She answered that actually this like
Athena.
Athena. I follow her on Instagram. She's really interesting person as a person too. So when I saw her, when I asked her about with this function because I'm obviously interested in linguistic side of it, she said that it doesn't have Russian. I think they have like different languages, but like probably they listed like.
No, Russian wasn't in there. They didn't have Cyrillic. It had, I think it was 11 languages, of which there were. Okay, I'm pulling this out of my head. I have it written down somewhere, but
Well, common language.
there were
just
like
probably.
4 versions. I don't know. There's like 4 versions of English. They had Canadian English,
Is or is not?
American English,
It is in there.
It is.
British English,
English,
Australian
English.
English, which was like, how many Englishes do you need? It had, like it had Spanish and Mexican Spanish. It had Canadian French, regular French, only one type of German.
Italian?
Hindu was in there.
Japanese.
Italian was in there. Portuguese was in there. Japanese was in there. Hindi, and there was another character. Chinese. It had basic.
Mandarin. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Basic,
and
basic Mandarin.
very basic. It was Pinyin, so it was very basic, and so they had, there was a lot that was in there, but of course they didn't have Russian wasn't in there because the Cyrillic just they just didn't have access to that alphabet. But they were also testing, and anytime you're doing testing, you got to set bound.
Mm-hmm. I lost your.
Same thing for world building.
Sound.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry, I have crap for internet. Sorry. So they had to set boundaries somewhere, and that's just where they drew the line, just indiscriminately, because those were easily available and translatable. But while
Makes
we're on
sense.
the subject, we need to have, what is it, QTF? I'm messing up the acronym. Sorry,
What's
I'm
that?
tired. We're doing a conference. UTF-8, is that the right acronym? Somebody help me.
Is it like the AI engine?
Dash 8, yeah.
It is UTF-8. Okay.
Mhm.
UTF-8 is not available in our menus. So our Spanish-speaking educators in the VR team, NEAs, letters with accents, come in as boxes or totally disappear.
Or upside down, like the exclamation signs and
edu-
question signs?
Educadores
that? What is that?
What is
It's a
what?
character
What is
set.
what? Those are characters. The N with
Like
a
a
little
keyboard.
over the top of it.
You know how they put the
Called an
accents
NEA?
in Spanish and French
Oh.
language? Yeah.
Like
like
cafe,
eh,
an
and
E
eh.
with an accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or montañas, like
Yeah.
So
sound.
if you want to have a
Language
Café
changes.
de Español, it will be CAFDEESPALO, no, that's LA. It missing the N and missing the E will be gone, and so it just truncates. So we have misspelled words constantly with our Spanish event because they just don't publish in the title or anything. And so I don't know when our next Spanish event is going to be, but it's spelled wrong because we can't get the letters in.
That's
And we have to be
fine.
reminding our team.
When we were younger, actually, we had to use the Russians in Russia, for example, to send an SMS, like the short mobile message. You had to take a message that would have like maybe 60 or 62 different characters that you can use for the message, for one message. And it was funny that in Russian you could use only twice as little. And because the Cyrillic probably took more spacing or something for coding, so I constantly would message to save some money. I would constantly message people in they call it I don't remember, when you write the Russian words with with Latin letters, so Latinized spelling. So, and also it was a very long going habit in the 90s. So it was like a whole bunch of letters that I was messaging on emails, and it was all written in Latin. So it's really, you can simplify some things. For example, when you have to write nya, we also have that sound like a soft nya, and it's different from na. So sometimes we would use like the apostrophe. So the apostrophe would mean like that's merkig znak. It's like a softening specific digit in the alphabet. The Cyrillic alphabet has 33 letters, and like so 5 letters are missing. So we would somehow combine things. But in Russian we have, for example, ts. It's just one sound, one letter. But in English you could replace that with ts. So yeah, we could simplify some difficult writing systems to some when you just have to save the materials, not materials, I mean like the resources. When you have to save the resources, you come up with some simple, intuitively understandable ways to solve the problem. Even the ch sounds, because it had to be replaced with ch, in order to save some symbols, I would use 4, because 4 looked like ch that you write on the paper. So
Yeah.
just an interesting in course in linguistics.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorites was when the Pope came to Mexico. How exciting that was, and they forgot to put the accent on the word. I think it was on the word Pope. It was forgotten in there. And it said the potato is coming to Mexico. Because the accent between Pope and potato is the same word, but the accent changes it from potato to Pope.
Yeah.
So the potato was coming, and he was very well dressed.
Potato.
It's not a raised hand, but go ahead, jump in. We're just chatting.
Well, I have a suggestion. I have a suggestion.
It's very polite.
To solve this whole thing. If everybody spoke the same language, like Klingon.
Like
Yeah.
Klingon.
Klingon.
Yeah.
Kapla!
Registering for AltSpaces. You gotta speak
I love
Klingon.
it.
Then it
We
solved
have
the
to
whole
have a
thing.
Klingon test.
Yeah.
I guess Esperanto.
Yeah.
Or Esperanto, like
Smart
one
with
time.
her, she would love that.
Right.
She was just in the last of smart stuff.
Yeah, I'll give that.
Well,
Esperanto
I
come
remember in
first
the
to
late
them.
60s, at least California tried a new style of teaching children how to read, and they were writing the letters and literally putting them in book so that they were written the way they
Phonetics.
sound rather than the way they're actually spelled. And children learn to read that way, but it sure, what was that thing you said? They go exclamation.
Yeah.
They sure
Yeah.
messed that up because kids didn't learn to spell at all. That era, children had a tough time learning to spell real words, but they were
It
written
was an
that way.
experiment.
WAT for what? You don't have the H. You just WAT,
Yep.
and it was just
There's been a
little
lot of
words.
stuff,
Then once you
Well,
read them, you get into a rhythm of it. You can actually understand what's
Faster.
being said. So
So
simplified
we're not talking
speech.
about world building now, but we got into language. So if anyone does have any world building questions or want to talk about world building, let's do that stuff.
Yeah, thanks for answering the question, by the way.
Conversation. Yeah, I'm okay with this, but my favorite is we explain in Hebrew, which I'm not super fluent anymore, but in Hebrew they don't in the adult type language they don't use alphabets. And here comes the fun. It's all about contextual understanding. So melon is a melon, okay? Malone is a hotel, and Milone is a dictionary. Now they're all spelled technically MLN. Now if you're reading that, what are the odds that you're going to buy a melon and a dictionary in a hotel? I don't know. If you're me, probably I would. But you have to understand the context. So when you see MLN, which you don't, you see Memlamed.
Hey,
But when you
where's
see that,
Lisa?
then you would be you have to put it all into context, and that's really, really
How you
important
doing?
to understand
Nice
the
to meet you. I'm
context.
Sophia. I don't have a VR headset on, so I can't shake hands.
Who's that?
Hey, Fia, is it your first time?
Oh, Fia. Oh, Fia's shouting. Okay.
Yeah. Behind you.
Hey, Fia, turn around using the Q.
Yeah, Lisa's somewhere over there. Where did
It's
she go?
Q.
She's vanished.
Use the mouse. Look.
Fia?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
Look,
Just let you know we're all here.
Lorelle. Oh my god. Good to see you. I am so
Hello.
sorry. How are you doing?
Okay,
Hi there.
okay. Just wanted to let you know we were all here. You were facing away. We were just in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Come on,
So
join the circle.
accustomed.
Yeah, come on, just join and listen first. Uh-huh.
World building.
You'll get
Anyway,
hang of it.
Lauren,
we have a few minutes
can I
left.
ask a question?
Yeah, I would also love to know if anybody has any world building questions. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Carol.
When I entered the AltSpace, they gave me an apartment, and
they
then
gave you
I
a
went to
world.
menu. Yes, and then I went to menu and I clicked on the screen door effect home space, which is a different home space. And
Where
then
are you?
I wanted to get back to my apartment, but I couldn't.
World.
How do I get
Apartment is
back to the
different.
first
World.
one?
Yeah, should we go to
Yeah.
your house?
We
Yes.
apartment means something else. We just
Yeah,
want to make sure you
or
get the right words.
got a better place.
And so,
Do you want us to go
if
to?
you look if you look on your circle menu, you will see a button
Huh?
that says title screen.
Can you create
If
a
you click
portal?
Where?
Or you're not
it will-
allowed.
on your
I clicked
circle
the home
menu.
space.
No, close that.
Okay.
It's called a circle menu.
Can't hear you.
Sorry, I was muted.
Left.
Okay,
Like,
menu.
Jared
Down
told
and
me
to
I
the
was
left.
muted.
Do you see it
It's
has a
kinda rude to
microphone
open
on
a
it?
portal and they're still, you know,
And it has
having-
the smiley
just
face.
follow me.
If you
I'll
go around,
now,
you'll see
and
one that
as
says
soon as I
title
disappear, you can
screen.
follow me.
Okay,
Right.
title screen. Okay.
That will take you back, and then it will allow you. You'll see your home space right in there.
Just looking in my
But
menu
I
right
can
now.
see my home space, the
Load.
first apartment again. I just see the second.
It's world. It's not an
World,
apartment.
yeah.
World. Okay, it's the first world,
Okay, so you got
not an apartment. It's a world. It's
it's a
important you
world,
just
okay.
learn the
Okay,
language.
we're gonna follow
It's
you.
important to
Uh-huh.
get the jargon
You
right.
follow me.
Yes.
And so yes,
Mhm.
as soon as you land in there, that's the world that you're landing in. Yep.
Okay.
you
Okay.
want
Thank
to
you. I will
change it-
try it now.
Okay,
Is-
if you want to change it, you need to go to altvr.com, log
Uh-huh.
in, go to your profile, and change. And you have to create a world,
My hands.
and then build something in it or whatnot, and then you can assign that world to be your home space.
They only go this high. I can't raise them up.
But you can only do that through the web
Ah.
page.
And let me ask you something. When I see the kits, when I'm building something in my apartment, I
Bubbles
see
off.
some apartment kits.
My hands won't go up. They won't go any higher.
These houses, they are, you can't get inside.
Help
right?
me, help me.
Just the maquette.
Okay, put them in front of you and move them.
They're just the
Can't.
outside.
My real hands are way up here, but
Okay, I understand.
you see my hands up high or down low?
But you can do all kinds of other fun
Right in front
things,
of you, low.
take the world that you have, the
Yeah,
template.
well, I'm
you've
trying to
selected
raise them way over my head
and
now.
use the geometric.
Have you
sketch
tried
to
resetting
make
with the
wallpapers.
Oculus
You can
button on
plane,
the
you can
right?
color,
Come on over here,
plane,
Paul. You got a
and do
question
some
I can
fun
answer
stuff.
for you.
Actually, I'll try that again, but
I can
went
do
all the way out
with
and back. Yeah, a couple
like
times.
Home
like
space,
blocks
home world,
and build something.
Yep.
apartment. How do I put pictures on the wall? How do I put pictures on it? How can I
Okay,
import
well,
Oh, like in your home.
you have to upload them. You have to upload them to AltSpace, and then you can
Mhm.
put them in from your world editor.
Oh, okay.
I can show you that if you want.
So,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
go to just as a quick example, if you go to your menu, open up your menu.
Yep. Menu.
Okay.
Sorry, which
Right.
one's that? You mean menu?
The big blue button with the white triangle. Big blue
Oh,
button
right,
with
yeah,
the white
okay,
triangle.
yeah,
You
yeah,
click on
yeah,
that.
Menu. Yeah, I've opened
Yeah.
menu. Yeah.
Okay. And then if you go to, where is it now? I'm trying to find it here.
I thought the photograph uploads are only from the
Uh,
website, right?
I'm trying to find where you find photos.
Slow down now because I got some other issues going on
See.
with my audio stuff, so I'm getting right back in. Hopefully,
I've got the events
soon.
up on this and the friends on
Okay,
on the right.
so if you click on me,
Yeah.
click on me down at the bottom,
Me? Oh yes, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, and then up
I've
at the
got my
top,
avatar.
you're gonna see
Hello.
up at the top, you're gonna see an option that says gallery.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Click on
That's
that,
new,
and
isn't
it
it?
will show you
Yeah.
all the photos that you've either taken in AltSpace or you've uploaded to AltSpace.
I see. Next question: how do you
Lorelle,
upload things to AltSpace?
How do they intend to get 9,000 people?
Okay,
into
you have to go
AltSpace for
to
that DGA?
altvr.com.
Come over here.
Yes.
Okay, you log in with your AltSpace account,
Right.
and you'll see an option up at the top of the screen that says
It's 2
photos.
days. It's only a few hours through the 2 days. I don't know.
I
See.
can, no, I
Oh,
can just jump
fantastic.
here. I just jump up.
The,
They have to.
I have no idea.
Jump.
Yeah,
No.
they have to mirror at least.
But when I do this,
How do you jump?
Well,
how does
Only if you're
so how
Nico.
does this happen?
I didn't know you could
How do
jump
you
in
jump?
AltSpace.
and both.
Yeah, you can jump. I can jump really high. Like, whoa.
How do you
Yeah.
jump?
It's because he's a developer. He has some dirty secrets.
Ah,
I'm into D mode.
Oh.
it's not fair. It's not fair.
I'm in 2D, but it doesn't help too much.
Yeah,
not
when you
fair.
look when you look down, scroll up, no, scroll down, and then press escape.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's
So
a
not
glitch.
for headsets then.
What?
Not for headsets. No.
Not for headsets.
I'm in 2D. What did you say? What do you do once again? Scroll down?
Jump, jump.
Yes, scroll like
There's many
like
people who
zoom
are
out.
frustrated.
can jump
So
up
zoom
this way.
out, look down, and escape. Go to the menu, press escape.
Huh. No, it doesn't work.
They made it in Unity.
Okay.
Okay, so I
You have
zoomed
to
in.
scroll yeah, zoom.
Yeah, I zoomed
No,
down.
no, not zoomed in, zoomed out, like
Oh.
completely zoomed out.
Uh-huh. I see my chest. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then look down, zoom out, and not only look down, like zoom out, like scroll, right click, and then your scroll wheel.
It's too hard for me.
On May 11th.
It's just your magic.
That one.
Nico's a
Wow,
power
that's-
user.
That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, I learned a lot of stuff. You can zoom in. That's the first level. Wow, you can zoom in.
Way too basic, too early.
Nice.
Did you ever
Yeah, I think I got the idea about
Yeah.
loading pictures, Azzy, but you might altvr.com
Mhm.
and then gallery and
Yeah, that's what I knew. So, can you, like, I didn't see the last part. Do you have to, can you upload them directly?
vr.com.
When you
Something
press
about gallery.
Uh-huh, upload.
and you do that, but
And then when you have in your world builder, you have like a photograph, like a banner, you put it there, and then like it has an option done or change image. So when you click change image, it gets access to your gallery, so you have to choose the right picture.
And I can stick that in my home
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
Space, it's called, home space.
Uh-oh.
Back in and see what
Carol
you see
just
from
fell
the
through
other
the
side.
owl. Yes, she did.
Lance back in here.
Alright guys, I'm gonna head. Thanks for all your help.
I got Dave.
gosh,
Dave
it goes
got
everywhere.
to go
Back
to the
here.
wall.
Thanks.
Oh, you know what? It's not fixed in. Oh, it should be fixed in the roof.
I'm gonna head up to Dave.
I can't jump forward, bro. How do you jump forward?
When you go into the menu with escape
Alright.
and press escape again, just press W.
Whee!
Let me move. Alright.
That's pretty cool. I think I get it.
Nico, you're bad. Bad
Whee!
You know better, Nico. Come on.
Beware that if you do that in an event more than 1 or 2 times, you could be kicked from event. Just giving you the warning.
Uh-oh.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know that.
Nico.
And
This
Matthew
is a
will do
world
it.
building demonstration.
Yeah. Practical lessons.
Yeah.
A bug in the 2D menu has nothing to do with world building, but it does give you a great view.
Yeah, we're all jumping.
It actually is really helpful because in some worlds it's like when you go really high up, you can see how it's built and you can kind of get some inspiration.
put it as a
Absolutely.
call.
Or if you just
When you're
lost.
In the world, just don't do it in an event.
Yeah.
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 Some worlds are so vast that you could get lost somewhere. Couldn't find my friends a couple
We
of
used
times.
we used to have a great trick that we could in 2D and in VR we could take a photograph, put it on the ground, walk on it, and then grab it with our cursor in edit mode, lift it up and fly across the world. It was awesome.
Hmm.
Worth some doing, because if you let go or it slipped, you go crashing down and respawn and whatnot. But we also used to be able to take the photograph and we would put it behind avatar, and then we would push them. If the avatar didn't have any control over it, we could actually push the
Hey,
avatar
Rich, you
around
want to come back
with
over
a
here
So,
for a
photograph.
second?
So we had
I
lots
had a
of fun
question.
things we could do. Yeah, Mendes.
Did you guys ever ask about the APIs and stuff for AltSpace?
On a regular basis.
What's that?
Ask. There aren't any anymore that are available. There's one that's available for some things, but it's really awkward and kind of broken. Were you looking for something in particular?
Access
To
Everything.
APIs for AltSpace, everything. Yep.
no, be more specific. Access to.
APIs. The APIs.
No.
So I can.
I feel like I'm giving you
Lorraine.
an API to do what?
Everything.
Everything. Yeah, pretty much.
All right, you can't do everything because of security. That's why scripts are not allowed in Unity. And so there's API for events. There's an API for gathering event information. There's an API that's available for some very, very limited world building. There are very limited, and I don't even know if that still works. But there's very few APIs that are publicly available because this is a proprietary system. Even though it's built on Unity, the underlying engine is proprietary. And so all of the APIs that we used to have access to have now been pretty much stopped.
Yeah,
but you can ask for some information on that, or search in the AltSpace VR world building channels on the Discord.
Okay, so
You
I
can
have
consider
a question.
MRE if there's.
Hey, Carol, you had another question?
Hi.
Thanks. And
Lauren, remember you told me that I went to title screen and then I would come back and see the first world when I came here. I didn't saw it. It's
no, it's the world that you have set to land in is on.
I gotta
let me
run.
get the wording right. I'll be right back. Hang on.
Yeah, I think that's all.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't share that information.
Are you leaving?
I'm
Hi,
not
Rick.
sure.
Bye.
See you
Okay,
later.
so
Take care.
when you
Hi,
go
Lorelle.
in there, it will say
Marcia.
spotlight. That's
Bye-bye.
that's the world that you first land in, right on the opening menu. So I see it as soon as I go in it. Now, if you do that, you may not be able to get back in because the event is over, but it should be in the biggest of the blocks that are right there in front of you.
Spotlight.
Spotlight is what it says on it. It's your home
Let
world.
me see.
It's whatever your title is, and it'll say. Okay. I don't know if you can get back in.
You warned her. I was honest. I have a question too.
I did.
So you said the
and then I have one
transition.
for you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a world building question, but I'm just so excited to talk to a knowledgeable
see.
person.
No,
I use Blender.
I can't see.
Okay.
Unity.
Then
She's
I don't.
back?
I don't know how else to help you
spaces, and then
because
I'll
I can't
create
show
kits
you.
Yes.
to have a little more
Maybe you can
flexibility.
re-enter.
It is usually
And
that.
still
So
got
when you
some
exit, you
MRE
come back into
MRE
AltSpace.
ideas that I wanted to
Then
play
you
around
will
with.
see
but I
it
haven't
right
got to
there
that
in
yet.
front of you on the what's called the
So
title
plenty
screen.
Plenty to play with.
Title
You know,
screen.
That's how
Yeah,
you get
title
into it.
screen. I went to
Maybe
title
there's
screen, and that
other,
is the screen which is
platforms for development.
with that
do quite a
destinations,
bit.
enter code. Is this it?
You see
Right?
And
Nico's
don't click on
solar
any of
system world?
those.
Yeah.
Right when
No,
you're
I
just
don't.
looking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
you just
the
look in
stuff
there
you can
in
do
the
with shaders.
right in the middle
That'll keep
at
you
eye
busy
level
for a
should be
year.
the world. It should go to your home world. That's the best I can help you with.
Yeah, yeah, but when I
utilized
get
that.
in
That's
this
what I
world,
wanna
I
start
get in the
utilizing
second world
Worlds I build,
that I
but
click
really
it.
don't
I
right
can't
now.
see the first,
Yeah, you can just do.
Yeah,
all
maybe
that
you can re-enter
I
if you
don't-
turn off. Yeah, if you just go out, quit the application, then come
if
back.
you-
It helps
if you-
in a lot of cases.
Yeah, if you quit
bringing it into
AltSpace
VR.
and you come back in,
Uh-huh.
you should see it right
I
there in
use, like,
front of you.
Overbrush to
No,
build the
I tried
environment,
really.
bring
I
it
tried,
into
but
VR.
I don't know. I just saw it on
Okay,
mine,
yeah.
and so
That's cool.
I'm not sure.
yeah, but you
But-
understand when you get inside, like they give you one
I was trying
world,
to learn, though.
which
I'm not, you
is
know,
a big
just
apartment.
trying to
Okay,
figure out
and then
how
I
it really
changed it to a
works, you know,
second
so-
Looks
world,
like a
which
yeah.
is another
Holy shit.
apartment.
I
Yeah,
started
you
reading
don't
so
have
then
many
I
books
can
ever since I
get
started.
back to
Ever
the
since I
first
was
one.
introduced to
No, you
It
have to
doesn't appear.
AltSpace,
change.
which was through the
No, you
Burning
have
Man
to
event
change. No,
last
what you
year.
did was you changed the
And I
template.
started